You wake up. You check your emails. You scroll through your notifications. And before you even have a chance to breathe, let alone plan your day, you are already reacting. You jump from one urgent request to the next, sit through back-to-back meetings, and by the time the evening rolls around, you collapse, completely exhausted. You've been busy. Incredibly busy. But let me ask you a painful question. Did you make any real progress today? Did you actually move the needle on the things that truly matter to your future, your wealth, or your life? For most of us, the honest answer is a disheartening no. We are living in an era of unprecedented connectivity and access to information, yet we constantly find ourselves drowning in tasks. We are frantically paddling, day after day, but we never seem to reach the shore. This isn't just a fleeting feeling, it is a pervasive, modern epidemic. And it is silently destroying your potential. If you've ever felt like you are working harder than everyone else but somehow falling behind, pay close attention. Because today, I am going to expose the unexpected truth about why you are so busy, but making zero progress. We are going to dismantle the lies that keep you trapped in the hamster wheel, and I'll give you the exact framework to reclaim your time, your focus, and your freedom. This isn't about doing more. It's about doing what actually counts. The insidious truth is that busyness has become a badge of honor in our society. We falsely equate a packed schedule, a flooded inbox, and a never-ending to-do list with importance, dedication, and success. But this is a dangerous, exhausting illusion. Being busy is not the same as being productive. Activity does not equal accomplishment. In fact, excessive busyness is often the ultimate escape from doing the hard, meaningful work that actually changes your life. Let's dissect this illusion. Why do we fall into this trap? Primarily, it boils down to an absence of clarity and an addiction to reactive behavior. Think about your typical Tuesday. How much of it is dictated by external demands? The emails, the Slack messages, the meeting invites, the people needing just 5 minutes of your time? Now, compare that to the time dedicated to tasks you proactively identified as crucial for your long-term goals. For the vast majority, the reactive portion dominates. We become firefighters, constantly putting out other people's small blazes, instead of architects meticulously building our own vision. This reactive mode creates what I call the activity trap. We confuse motion with progress. Yes, we're moving fast, but we're running in circles, burning vast amounts of energy without ever getting closer to our destination. Another major culprit is the rise of shallow work. Coined by productivity expert Cal Newport, shallow work consists of low cognitive demand tasks performed while distracted, like answering emails, filling out spreadsheets, or sitting in pointless meetings. Deep work, on the other hand, requires intense, uninterrupted concentration to produce high-value, rare output. When our days are stuffed with shallow work, we feel highly productive. We get a tiny dopamine hit every time we take an item off a list. But these items rarely move the needle on our massive goals. They create the feeling of progress, without the substance. The constant context switching between these shallow tasks shatters our attention span, destroying our ability to engage in the deep, focused effort required to actually get rich, get promoted, or build a legacy. Each time you switch tasks, your brain pays a switching cost, an invisible mental tax that drains your cognitive battery and leaves you feeling scattered and burned out by 3 p.m. So, how do we break free? It starts by accepting a few hard, unexpected truths. The first unexpected truth is this: clarity trumps quantity. You can have a to-do list with 100 items, but if you don't know which one truly matters, you are just generating noise. Without a ruthless understanding of your overarching goals and the specific, high-leverage actions that drive them, you are running a race blindfolded. You might be sprinting, but are you even on the track? Clarity means understanding what done looks like for your most impactful work. When you lack this clarity, every single task feels equally important. This leads to decision fatigue, where your exhausted brain instinctively picks the easiest or most urgent task, rather than the most valuable one. The second unexpected truth: focus is your most valuable asset, not time. We are obsessed with time management, but time is a finite resource we all share equally. The billionaire and the broke student both have 24 hours. What truly separates high achievers from the perpetually busy is their ability to ruthlessly protect their focus. In an age of infinite distraction, your attention is under constant siege. Every ping, every vibration, every breaking news headline is designed by billion-dollar tech companies to pull you away from deep work. Protecting your focus means building fortresses, both digital and physical, that shield your attention. It means realizing that 45 minutes of pure, uninterrupted focus on a critical project will yield more financial and personal progress than 4 hours spent working while keeping one eye on your phone. Now, if you're realizing right now that your focus has been hijacked, and you're ready to start building systems that actually work, do me a favor and hit the like button on this video. It helps push this message to other people who are trapped in the busyness cycle. And if you want to master your mind and your money, hit subscribe. We're building a community of action takers here at Mental Capital. Let's get back to the third unexpected truth, and this one is vital: energy management is more crucial than time management. You can block off 4 hours to work, but if your energy is depleted, your output will be garbage. We often try to push through exhaustion, brainwashed into believing that sheer willpower is the key to success. But your brain and body are not machines, they operate on biological rhythms. Trying to force deep, analytical work during your natural afternoon energy dip is like trying to drive a car with no gas. It's exhausting and pointless. Understanding your peak energy hours, and fiercely guarding them for your most demanding tasks, is a non-negotiable productivity tool. And finally, the fourth truth, the power of no. We overburden ourselves because we are terrified of missing out or disappointing others. But listen to me closely: every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are actively saying no to your dreams. The ability to ruthlessly prioritize, to look a distraction in the eye and say no, is the cornerstone of true success. The Pareto principle states that 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. Your only job is to identify that vital 20% and pour your soul into it, while eliminating, delegating, or ignoring the other 80%. So, how do we translate these philosophies into action? How do we stop drowning and start swimming? Here is your escape plan. Strategy 1, the weekly review and the MIT. At the end of every week, you must dedicate an hour to review your progress and plan the week ahead. Identify your top 3 priorities. Then, every single morning, before you dare open your email or touch social media, identify your MIT, your most important task. This is the one thing that, if completed, makes the entire day a win. You attack that MIT first. You do not negotiate with it. You do it before the world wakes up and steals your attention. Strategy 2, time blocking for deep work. Once you know your MIT, you schedule it. You block off 90 minutes in your calendar, and you treat it like a meeting with a millionaire investor. During this block, you sever all ties to the outside world. Phone in another room. Notifications off. Door closed. You train your brain to enter a state of deep concentration. It will hurt at first. Your brain will crave dopamine. Let it starve. Push through. Strategy 3, tame the digital beast. Your phone is a slot machine designed to keep you poor and distracted. Take control. Turn off every non-essential alert. Batch your emails, check them at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m., and ignore them the rest of the day. Stop letting other people's emergencies dictate your workflow. Breaking free from the cycle of busy without progress isn't about finding a magic app or working 18-hour days. It's about a fundamental shift in your identity. It's about moving from a reactive, frantic victim of your schedule, to a proactive, ruthless architect of your future. The unexpected truth is that massive success doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from doing almost nothing, but doing the right things with terrifying intensity. It's about clarity, protected focus, managed energy, and the courage to say no. Embrace these truths. Apply these systems. And watch as your frantic, exhausting busyness transforms into quiet, unstoppable momentum. If you are ready to step off the hamster wheel today, drop a comment below and tell me, what is the one task you are going to focus on tomorrow morning? Write it down. Commit to it publicly. And I will see you in the next video.